bro. Don't forget, it ain't the first 48, bro. It's 60 minutes, bro.
You come at the king, you
I'm
best
the king
not
of my
miss.
city, cause I'm still calling them shots. And these lanes talking that bullshit, the same lanes that fly. Woo!
You're now locked in Zone 32.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Zone 32 podcast. Specifically, episode 77, the Zeus episode. Orlando Brown Sr., the real Orlando Brown. Not that dude who eats chili spaghetti in Cincinnati now, and not that crackhead that was on That's So Raymond and shit back in the day. Let's not get into that. Anyway, we got a quartet tonight, but the redhead still ain't here. My name is Jake. His name is Drew. His name is Will. And introducing the man of the people, the Ravens fan. His name is Trippy. Say what's up to the people.
Fan of the year. The fan of the year.
Hey, what's
Fan
going
of the year.
on, Ravens fly?
I'm crapping.
We gotta find out. We gotta
Zone
find a link and get people to vote for Trippy. We gotta spam their inbox with
100%.
votes for Trippy.
100%.
I got the link for y'all. I'll send y'all the link.
We
in the information.
we need Trippy to be the guy who announces the draft pick, because guess what? When you're in front of a live mic, Trippy, you can say Zone 32 in front of everybody.
You could say anything.
Yeah.
You want.
They can't stop you from doing that shit.
Want,
that
man.
mic is live, man. That mic is live.
Yep.
I just need. I don't
Bring
need
a
a
sign with me
zone.
to the game.
I don't need a Zone 32. I need it's not the first 48. It's 60
Hey,
minutes.
hey,
During the
everybody.
draft.
Well, that's a given. That's a given.
Look, if I
that's
do that,
mandatory.
listen, if I do that, I definitely gotta come out with shirts, right? And I already got my plan. Like every team, like you rep your team, you can get the colors. You feel me? Because everybody probably gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Think about it. It ain't the first 48, 60 minutes. You feel me?
Trippy.
And every time I see my
Trip, do you have you interacted with EDC Burner before? Fields?
Not really.
All right.
I think
I'm gonna hook you two up. I'm gonna hook you two up.
They used to follow me, but I don't know. I don't think he followed me no more.
I'm gonna hook you two up because he designs
T-shirt guy.
He's a graphic artist, and he's got a t-shirt business too. So you two should coordinate, because that is a great idea.
I'm the first purchaser of that. So
yeah, no, he'd be all in on that. That's going to be an easy connection to make. You'll love this. All right, yeah, he's a good guy too. So
all right, good. I got a new T-shirt now because I'm buying that the second it comes out.
Hell
I
I need it in a hoodie.
Mandatory.
I need it in a purple hoodie.
Times New Roman shit. Yeah, it just be Times New Roman. It says not the first 48 is 60 minutes, and I'm buying that shit. So
Yep.
That's
Even the XL, and I got it.
All right,
I'm definitely gonna come up with that.
But anyway, let's jump into it. So, week 2 went down. The Ravens went to Cincinnati and played the Bengals, the side of that bullshit last year that we're not going to get into, because this was a happier ending. With Lamar, the Ravens went ahead and beat the Bengals 27-24. Burrow looked like shit. Nelson Aguilar had his first touchdown of the season. Same with Mark Andrews. Lamar threw some dimes out there. One to Zay.
Aguilar led the team.
Like
Aguilar led the team in receiving too.
Oh shit! There you go.
So everybody who criticized that signing, we won the game by 3 points. Nelson Aguilar led the team in receiving and had a touchdown. So say you're sorry. Nelson Aguilar.
Shout out to Nelly. Yeah.
And that Philly firefighter who was slandering him back in the day can shut the fuck up now because he caught that touchdown. But anyway, Drew, let's get into it, man. Give me your thoughts on this momentous occasion.
From the first drive, it just felt like all Ravens. You take the ball off the kickoff and go 13 plays, 75 yards in about 8 minutes. It's just Bengals had no answer for us. I think the score at the end was a little bit more, made it look closer than it actually was. I never felt like at any point during that game that the Bengals really had a shot. I think that kick return touchdown or punt return touchdown was horseshit. There was a block in the back. I have no idea why they picked up that flag. Gene Sterator's, explanation for that was the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard in my entire life. The reality is that
he's the same dude who had that bullshit about the catches back with Calvin Johnson and Des Bryant anyway.
Yeah,
so Gene Sterator's a fucking hack.
It never makes any sense. But, I mean, we had a patchwork offensive line. They couldn't touch Lamar. Gus Edwards and Justice Hill looked great running the ball. Zay Flowers looked great catching the ball as always. Mark Andrews looked great coming back. Nelson Aguilar had the touchdown catch. Odell looked great before he got hurt. Even Bateman popped off a little bit. I would have liked him to be targeted a little bit more, but still, again, looked like he was ready to go. Duvernay is probably the only guy on offense that I would have any criticism of because he had that horrific drop on a designed screen. I mean, other than that, offense just looked great from start to finish. Obviously, I would have liked them to score more points, but 27 points against a decent defense is nothing to turn your nose up at. And then the defense looked great too. Rock Ya-Sin had the play of the day with that fucking choke slam in the end zone on Jamar Chase.
Yep.
I had a nice little viral tweet off that. So thank you, Rock Ya-Sin. I drunkenly invited Rock Ya-Sin on Zone 32, and he did not respond. So I'm a little bit angry with him.
We need
Trippy
to ask him.
Yeah, I told him.
Yeah, I'm gonna add some Sunday for you. See what you talking about.
I DM'd him and said we wanted to do a 3-hour breakdown of him choke slamming Jamar Chase, and if you wanted to join us, and he did not reply. But regardless, shit happens. Shit happens. I would have happily sat here for 3 hours and just fucking watched that play on loop. Darius Washington being down now is not great, but he looked great during the game. Geno Stone had a fucking great game, other than not being able to turn right and not run out of bounds after he picked the ball off. That was really my only complaint defensively. Everybody else looked, very good. Clowney was all over the backfield. Ajabo didn't get any sacks, but he got some decent pressure there. Pierce, Matabike, reach havoc up the middle. Patrick Queen, another great game. Roquan, another great game. Like, there's nothing but positive things to say about that game. I have literally no complaints. We just start to finish beat down of the Bengals, which is always fun. Fucking incest chili spaghetti fucks.
Yeah, my only complaint is the refs and that picking up the block in the back, because I've just never seen anything like it before. They called the penalty properly on the field, and then they just had a fucking circle jerk together, and we're like, no, it's cool. You can do that apparently today. We're gonna let that happen. So, and before we went on and started recording, me and Drew and Trippy were talking about this. I don't know if it was on the PSF broadcast or if it was just shooting the shit, but that changed the whole fucking game. Really, I mean, that made it way closer than it needed to be.
Well, you add 7 points to their score, and all of a sudden it looks like it's a 3-point game. It was really never that close. And like we said, Justin Tucker missed a kick, which rarely happens. Yeah, it was 59 yards, but it's also Justin Tucker. Like, you just don't expect him to miss kicks. And even at the end of the first half, there was 2 or 3 holding calls against our offensive line that were really it was 3, and just weren't holds that I would call. They looked like normal things that happen in the course of a play in the NFL. So again, and we're talking this could have been a 16, 18, 21 point win for the Ravens. Like, it could have been a real beatdown. And I think the refs, I don't want to say bailed out Cincinnati, but they took advantage and got some opportunities from the referees there and took advantage of them. So I guess good for them, but they still lost. Joe Burrow sucks ass.
Terrible.
That's at some point we're gonna have a real conversation about him being Jared Goff. He's got no fucking arm strength. He's got no mobility in the pocket. Pulls that lame ass shit after the game of, oh, my calf hurts. He didn't start limping until there was like a minute left in the game. So
well, and okay, so just to be clear on the Jared Goff comp, it is an accurate comp. 100%, it's accurate.
Statistically, it's sound.
Right. Now, there is hope for them because Jared Goff it's an upside down bell curve. Like, he started out high and then he went down and then he's come back up. But with that being said, Joe Burrow just got paid $275 million. So he's, no matter what he does,
that was the start. That was the start of Goff's fall off in San Francisco, Jesus,
in LA,
with the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in St. Louis Rams in San Francisco, but whatever. That was where shit started to go down for him because they started to not be able to pay people around him. And we were talking about this, I think, on PSF and before this. If you take T. Higgins away from Joe Burrow, that offense is in a lot of trouble.
Big time.
They don't have a good line. Again, they paid Orlando Brown a shit ton of money to be a fucking, furry butt plug wearing freak on the sidelines and just, do weird shit. Like, I mean, again, you want to fucking lock that guy up to be your franchise left tackle, go for it, because he's a fucking turnstile out there. He looks like he gets beat like a drum every game. They cut La'el Collins, which, I don't know. I thought he had talent. He didn't look great there, but he was also coming off an ACL. They really just don't have much there on the line. Joe Mixon's fallen off again. maybe shooting your neighbors in the off season doesn't, translate well to playing well during the year. I don't know.
Firing guns at children doesn't work out well for you. Oh, weird.
Yeah, maybe it's a little karma coming back to get him, but I mean, he hasn't looked great for 2 years now, and that's typically what happens to running backs like him, who are a little smaller in build and get the shit kicked out of him for a couple years. Like, he just doesn't look like that guy anymore. I think they're in trouble, and I'm loving to watch the downfall because their fans are finally coming to the realization that, like, we had our window there and we fucking blew it.
Well, I guess
Trippy was there on Sunday, so I mean, I'm sure he saw the fucking despair in person that we saw online.
I have a question to ask. Was the Bengals' success actually a result of Eli Apple being on the team?
Maybe he was the glue that held that team together. Everybody made fun of Eli Apple, so it shielded the rest of the team from criticism.
Well,
Nobody really saw their flaws.
Yeah, and Trippy, I know you are an avid listener, so you probably heard this last week, but I put this theory out there. I think Joe Burrow's heartbroken because he lost out on Livy Dunn.
Hey,
was that on the podcast or was that on the show?
No, that was on the podcast.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it was on the podcast.
I think Joe Burrow thought he was going to land his sugar mama, Livy Dunn, who at the time was making more money than he was, and she chose the number 1 pick in the MLB draft, who's going to be a fucking stud and dwarf Joe Burrow's career earnings and probably dwarf his success as a professional athlete.
Zone 32 does not have a great track record of predicting MLB pitchers' contracts. So
listen, don't put that on me. No, you don't have. You don't have.
No, Zone 32. I'm never wrong. I don't miss. I'm just saying Zone 32 missed on that one.
But no, I think Joe Burrow had his sights set on Livy Dunn, and she said, "No, I'm good. I'm going to take this real stud over here. You can go back to living in Cincinnati, where I never want to step foot." And
so Trippy, you were there. Did they change the name to Zacor Stadium during the game, or is that something that they're going to be doing like next week?
Shit, I don't know, but I saw that post though, and I definitely liked it. I wish I would have thought about that while I was at the game, while I was trolling them fans.
I stole it from Mina Kimes, so she posted that. So I was like, "Yep, I'm definitely leaning into this shit." It was a great, yeah. I mean, we there are players that, like, Grant and I rarely agree on if somebody's good or not. And him and I were, pounding the table for Zay Flowers all off season. That guy is everything is advertised. Yeah. Not enough good shit is said about Zay Flowers. So just gotta keep pumping that guy's tires.
We have let's just in terms of like raw talent on this team. Lamar Jackson, number 1 by far, right? Roquan Smith right up there with him. We got Ronnie Stanley's probably a top 5 left tackle in the league. We have Mark Andrews is a top 2 or 3 tight end. We got Marlon Humphrey is a top 5 cornerback. Zay Flowers, from a talent perspective, now you can't put him in the top 5 because he's played 2 games, but from what we've seen, he catches everything. He makes guys miss more than so. He leads the league in missed tackles. Zay Flowers is legit could be a superstar wide receiver in the NFL.
It's tough to say he's got top 5 potential just because there's, like the Justin Jeffersons of the world that are out there, and there's a lot of great wide receivers, but he's got game-breaking talent. Yeah. There's no way to deny that. Like, he is a legitimate game changer.
He's a guy who, the team, and we know this, the team made efforts to sign Lamar as soon as he was eligible to be extended, right? Like after year 3, they need to do everything they possibly can to re-sign Zay as soon as he becomes eligible for an extension. They need to do that, lock that in, because, they've never hit, the best they've ever done hitting on a wide receiver in the draft is Torrey Smith. And I like Torrey Smith. He's a local guy now too. I see him around sometimes. He was good. He was not exceptional.
He's not Zay.
No, right.
Yeah,
Zay Flowers
he was a
far and away the best wide receiver they've ever drafted. And finally, a first-round wide receiver is immediately showing them why they invested that type of draft capital in him. So, hopefully Bateman, continues to progress, but, he's just not at the same level as Zay after 2 games, just as a first round pick. It's night and day.
you can't even. It's not even fair to Bateman to compare him to Zay Flowers because he just doesn't have that ability to make guys miss that Zay has.
They're totally different players.
Yeah,
and I
they're
think
totally different players.
There could be complementary
complement.
players. Yeah, they could be
definitely
complementary for sure. So I think I'm in no way am I trying to make a negative statement about Bateman, but I'm saying Zay is a guy who immediately has showed you made the right choice taking him 22nd overall. Like let's on the other side of the coin, like the Giants took Kadarius Toney at 20 a couple years ago and traded him 2 years into his rookie deal, and now he's just as much of a kind of a malcontent flop in Kansas City as he was in New York. So like you can miss on a wide receiver in the first round really, really easily, especially a guy like Toney. I feel like Toney and Zay are kind of like coming out of college, probably similar.
Tony's got that same skill set.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony's got that same skill set to make guys miss, but he can't get the ball in his hands because he either doesn't catch it or doesn't get open. Whereas Zay can run routes and Zay catches the ball when it's thrown to him.
His route running is insane. It's crazy.
Bro, Zay is crazy. Like on that play Nelly scored on, did you see Zay footwork? Like how he just had the corner looking crazy? Like
no,
he different.
I got to go back and look at that.
Yeah, go look at that play and just watch Zay. It's probably like it's probably like I'll say like 5 seconds though, but just look at Zay real quick before they start.
Nelson got open faster, which is why he got the ball to score that. But Zay Flowers would have scored a touchdown if Lamar had waited 2 seconds to throw it to him.
Can we just talk about even the route that Nelson Aguilar ran to score that touchdown, just the route concepts that were in play on that play, which was just like it's so refreshing to watch this as
and
a
it's funny
fan.
It's funny.
Oh my
it's
god!
Funny because they weren't
beautiful.
even that. Like they're not even that crazy of route concepts.
No. But it's not that it's crazy. It's just like it makes sense. Yeah, it fucking makes sense.
They make sense. It's not 8 guys standing in the same spot of the field. Like they fucking work and there's space and it's fucking wild to see it. After Greg Roman, again, like I was very hard on him and probably unfairly so in some cases, but like that man just schemed guys in the same part of the field all the time. And he always ran that dumbass levels concept where somebody would overrun an out route and, 2 guys would underrun their corner routes. And they'd end up within 3 yards of one another. And that just doesn't happen with Todd Monken. Even, Monken was running bubble screens and, play action to throw guys off. Like his offense is just like, it's fun to watch. Mm-hmm. And so, maybe I'm sure there's Roman apologists who will look at like the yards per game and stuff like that and say, oh, this is not all that different. But just watching how we score those points and how guys get open. And it's not like we're rushing to the line of scrimmage. It's not frustrating to watch. And I was always mad when we were on offense before because Greg Roman would inevitably call a play or not call a play fast enough, or we would just, get a delay of game or something would happen on offense that would just fucking irritate me. And that just hasn't happened with Monken yet. It's a great breath of fresh air.
There were people who were pointing out after week 1 that there was some spacing, problematic spacing issues in week 1 at times. But I think when you're in week 1 with a new offensive coordinator and a whole, basically like an overhauled wide receiver room, the spacing issue, and also Mark Andrews wasn't out there. So, we don't have kind of the leader of the receiving group.
And it was like 2 plays for the entirety of a game versus 2 plays a drive. You know what I mean? Like it was different levels to it.
Yeah. Well, it's understandable. You come out week 1 and there are some miscommunications or confusion or whatever, and you have spacing issues on some route concepts. That's fine. But like that, I believe is fixed. It's in the past because what I saw in week 2 was people running free. The defense was having to account for basically every receiver, which was not the case under Roman. It was basically like you could play zone all the time. And you knew exactly where to sit. The only place Lamar could complete a pass was directly over the middle of the field. And now it's just like you cannot predict what's coming from the Ravens offense.
I mean, Lamar has essentially killed that he can't throw outside the numbers narrative now. And it's because he has route concepts that get open outside the numbers, which Greg Roman could never fucking scheme up.
Right. Well, and have we mentioned that Lamar is like 1 percentage point behind Josh Allen, of all people, for most accurate passer this season?
So I saw a comment under that. Did they count those completions to Jordan Whitehead as completions for Josh Allen to boost his numbers? I mean, he was throwing to him clearly. So
Yeah, they had to.
yeah, they had to. But I mean, and there was an individual, I don't fucking remember his at, or otherwise I'd make fun of him directly, Paul something, who was like, oh, it's too early to be talking about how Lamar's the second most accurate passer. But the reality is, like, it's been 2 weeks and the guy doesn't fucking miss.
Right. Well, and it's like okay, the guy you're talking about is a baseball guy. Fuck.
He's not a baseball guy either.
Gunnar Henderson just grounded out, so my parlay is dead.
Oh, that's shocking. That's shocking. Tristan Cassis would have gone ahead.
He's a baseball guy. So starting out your first 2 games if Lamar had started out the first 2 games at like 85%, then it's fair to say like, oh, this is unsustainable. He's passing at 74.5 or 74.6%, something like that. And that is also, I think, unsustainable. But dropping from 74.5 to 71% or 70% or even 69% is a huge jump. His career completion percentage is 63.6%, I believe.
Okay, so as a fan, that 10% difference to me is that 10% of the time before, Lamar would be forcing a ball in a double coverage to Mark Andrews because like he'd be panicked and a play wouldn't develop.
And half the receivers were sitting on each other's shoulders.
Yeah, or he'd be, forcing some fucking unnecessary deep shot down the field to Duvernay because Greg Roman ran, a fucking play action play where he blocked 8 and nobody was getting open. So like it's how he's gotten to that 74% and the fact that like the offense looks fluid. He looks comfortable making all those throws. The guys he's throwing to are open. If the ball drops incomplete, it's because it's like, oh, wow, that was weird. That doesn't happen too much. So I don't know. It's, again, he can be a baseball guy. He can be a fucking, negative Nancy all he wants. I think it's funny to post the Ravens are in sole possession of the first place thing because it pisses off Bengals fans, not because it actually matters 2 weeks in the season. But like, Lamar, the way that Lamar has gotten that 74% completion percentage is just like the offense is so much more efficient now. And it just looks so much better. And it's like the stats back up that, the eye test there. And so that's why people are tweeting it. And, so you can go back to bitching about how Anthony Santander allegedly hasn't hit a ball hard since the All-Star break and dumb shit like that, if that's what he wants to do. But yeah, I don't mean to bury the poor guy, but like it was just a fucking stupid tweet from him today.
I like how Trippy's laughing because he knows exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, fucking. There are. I'm all for being negative when it's needed, but like that was just stupid. Just shut up and enjoy the ride.
I feel like Jake does not know because Jake isn't super tuned in on Twitter, but he's also definitely like this guy is way more of an Orioles Twitter guy than a Ravens Twitter guy.
Yeah, but even his baseball takes are fucking atrocious, if we're being honest here. Like, I've only ever seen him when he tweets dumb shit because I don't follow him because I don't care about the Orioles, but, like, they're just fucking atrocious. Like, just stop. Just close down the account and go be fucking miserable somewhere else. I'm all about positivity on Twitter this year. I'm turning over a new leaf.
You're living by Trippy's shirt. Love your enemies.
Yeah. I do need a first 48. It's not the first 48 60-minute shirt. Like I definitely need that in my wardrobe.
We got to co-brand that with Zone 32 on it too.
I don't even care. Like I said, like if you just fucking take block letters and put it on a white T-shirt, I'll buy it. So
yeah. I mean, Drew is a fashionista, obviously. So
I got polo T-shirts in my closet right now.
I mean, I know that shirt you have though, right? Is that a Mo Gab? Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a couple of years ago. They were raising money for charity, and they bought all those cutouts for Mo.
Yeah, I got one of them too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was more that I was just like, oh, this is a great cause to give money to. So I'm a sucker for giving money to anything for.
Oh yeah, no. I didn't like. Yeah, they were like, hey, come pick up your cutout if you want it. Like, I don't need a Mo Gabba cutout at my house. I just wanted to give money to the cause.
Yeah, they emailed me. They're like, "Are you going to come pick this up?" I was like, "You can give it to some charity or something." Like, I didn't do this because I wanted a Mo Gabba cutout. Like, I did it because you're raising money for a good cause.
Right.
T-shirt wasn't even necessary for that either.
I forgot that you had the cutouts at the stadium.
Well, that was awesome.
The COVID year was wild.
Yeah, that was a crazy year.
My favorite thing is the Ravens still have Mo a different color in the end zone, in the Baltimore end zone.
Yeah, I mean that was the right move. They did it the first time. I was like, oh, this is cool, and they kept doing it. I'm like, I'm done with that. That's it.
Yeah,
it's kind of shit that sets the Ravens, front office apart, is they are in touch with the community and they do continue to do things that people like that. You know what I mean? They care about people. So
that's what you hear from every player that that retires or even that goes to another team, is that the Ravens are like a family oriented organization.
Do you see the Judon story? So apparently somebody left Judon's wallet on top of a car, and then he videotaped himself. I'm assuming it was 95, walking down the side of 95, like finding his wallet.
Either 95 or Route 1, right?
Yeah, I'm sure the Ravens would have sent like fucking an army of interns out there to scour that down for him, because like they care about their players, whereas the Patriots don't care about their players.
They would have called up Greg Roman like, "Hey man, we got something for you to do. I know you're not busy."
They'd have been like, "Hey, there's a McDonald's off at exit 12. If you go find Judon's wallet, you can buy yourself McDonald's with this credit card." Poor Greg Roman just stays catching strays, but deserves it. But still,
I mean, it's going. It's sad. It's going to be like that for like the rest of the, the whole like the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's not his fault they kept him for too long too. Like I struggle with that. I said a lot of awful shit about Greg Roman on the internet, but like if I was in his position, even if I was terrible at my job and they're paying me millions of dollars to do it, like I'd be like, I wouldn't like resign out of some kind of pride. I'd be like, yeah, keep fucking paying me, please.
Oh, and we've also said countless times that I would like to hang out with Greg Roman at a bar. He seems like a cool dude.
I have no interest in hanging out with Greg Roman at a bar. He'd take too long to put in the drink order. He'd fuck something up like that. So poor spacing at the bar. He'd probably sit right on top of me.
Hey, Will, you know what's crazy though? We gotta get that set up.
Yeah, right.
You and Drew, we gotta go to a bar with Greg. We gotta try to set that up.
Can you imagine?
Greg,
that would break the internet.
Greg was one of the first people to show you love from a coaching staff.
Oh, by the way,
yeah, he
hold
was.
on. Something just popped in my head. I'm gonna tease it. I got a big thing coming. Big thing. Little collaboration. Okay. I reached out to someone. I'd noticed that somebody notorious on Ravens Twitter, or not on Ravens Twitter, but within Ravens Twitter.
Ravens Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah. Is going to be in a place where I have access to them. So I reached out to them and said, "Hey, can we link up and we gotta settle something?" And they were like, "Yeah, let's do it." So within the next month,
he's a good guy too. I've talked to him privately about
now,
it. So
I will say this: I'm going to put this on the record now. I have to get out ahead of this. I am a completely average sized. Drew's met me before in real life, so like I'm exactly I'm the exact like median height, weight, shoe size. I'm just like the most average sized person in the world. Okay, the person who I'm going to be meeting up with is grotesquely like tall.
6'5".
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look like I'm a midget when I meet this person. But what I'm doing is
Will refuse to take a picture with just me because I towered over him by so much.
I have several pictures with just you. I have several pictures with just you, and they're posted on the internet.
True. That's not true.
It
there
is
was
true.
Other people in all those pictures. Not true.
I took a picture with you, Spencer, and Jake. Jake is like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, I was shocked by that. Jake Locke is like 6'8". Should be in the NBA.
Yeah, and Spencer is not short. Spencer's probably 6'1", and you're 6'3". Yeah, and so I'm 5'10". Fully.
Will had to stand on a step stool to get in that picture.
There's the pictures out there. My feet, you can see my feet in the picture. All right, there's no misrepresentations made. I've never claimed to be tall, but I'm also not short. I'm just an average sized guy. All right.
That's what the short
Trippy,
people always say.
I've been trying to size you up in pictures. I think Trippy's probably about my height, maybe like an inch taller.
No, he's taller. He's taller than you.
No, I'm probably like 5'11".
That's what I just said.
Like a buck 70.
I was gonna say Trippy's like 6 feet, so he's undersized. He's a humble guy. Will.
It was funny because when I took that picture of Hassan in front of Zaycom Stadium, that's what we gonna call it. He was like, "Damn, I look tall." Like it was just funny though. Like, but yeah, I mean, some pictures I look tall, but when some people meet me in person, they be like, "Damn, you." I mean, I ain't never say I was tall. I'm just an average size.
You're an average size guy. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Trippy's an actual average size guy. Will's tiny, but it's fine. It's not his fault.
This is bullshit. Drew's met me. I'm a completely average size guy.
Fortunate.
You trying to say my man Will a midget?
Trippy. Here. All you need to know is this.
Brown.
Me. So standing next to Lacey, I had like a half an inch on Lacey.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, all right.
No way.
Okay.
No way. Well, there's a photo of that. She was definitely taller than you.
No, that's not true.
I'm gonna go dig that up. She was taller than you.
You don't have to dig it up. I'll put it on the screen right now, bitch.
Yeah, I promise she was taller than you. I've called Will old for like 3 years since I've known him, and doesn't face him at all. I call Will short, and he's like, "I'm average. I'm not short. Leave me alone."
I am though. I'm just like a totally average guy. I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah, 5'8's average, and you're average is fine.
I'm not 5'8".
You're not Kip Smithers short, so it's okay.
I am not 5'8". That is a lie.
5'7".
No,
5'6".
You're going the wrong direction.
I'll give you like 5'10". 5'10".
I'll give you 5'8.5". Also, anybody who's shorter than me, they could tell me they're 5'1", or they could tell me they're 5'10". I wouldn't know the difference. That's just I have no height perception of people that are shorter than me. So
you have said this recently. You've said this recently that you can't tell like people's size.
I have no unless they're like eye to eye with me. I have no ability to tell how tall somebody is. Just totally lost on me. I have no idea why I just was not given that ability at birth. And it's funny too, because my dad's probably like 5'11", so I'm like you could tell me the same height as him, or you're 3 inches shorter than him, and I wouldn't.
What the fuck?
Will's mad because Lacey's head's higher than his in this picture.
No. I'm looking at all my pictures, and I don't have the picture with Lacey.
Well, that's shocking. The evidence has magically disappeared that you're shorter than Lacey.
Magically scrubbed from the internet.
Yeah, magically just doesn't exist anymore. I don't know why. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. The one picture that could, back up everything that I said just doesn't exist anymore.
There's a picture with me and Lacey in it. You're not in it. I think you had left.
Probably. Yeah, but you guys were all hunched over a microphone or some shit like that. Yeah, I had to go in and buy beers at the stadium and, take advantage of the club oval. It was just a smart move by me. Veteran move.
Hold on, I'm going to figure this out. You guys keep going.
Man, I don't know who we need to talk to, but we need some Gatorades at the bank. We need Gatorades at the bank.
See, when I'm at the bank, it's all about the beers. They got rid of that Sunday's Best there, though, which was depressing. That was my go-to. The one in the purple camo can, the beer, but they don't have Flying Dog.
See, I ain't no big beer fan, but when I do, I like the Coors Light, because by the time I get in the stadium, I like the Patron, so I like I drink as much as I can before I go in there, but then I get a beer and I feel real nice. But
it's good to know you're a Patron guy. I'll bring you some when I come to a game this year, if that's your go-to.
Yeah, that Blue Moon, I would never drink Blue Moon again. I had a bad experience. No, never again.
Yeah, I usually go
the wild card game against the Chargers.
Oh, that was a rough day.
Yeah, look,
those 8 o'clock stats are bad for me.
Look, I went to I think this was actually my first time going to Be More Around Town tailgate. What happened was, I think it was the season. I think we won what? Did we win the North? I can't remember what happened. All I remember, we was playing the Browns, and I was trying to rush back to my seat, and it was this big dude, my man Josh. He real cool now. I think he's from Boston too. He he chinned, and I'm running down. He elbowed the shit out of me. Boom. Damn, they almost knocked me out. Found me on Facebook like, hey, man, I got an extra ticket. So me, I'm drinking the Blue Moon or whatever it's called. We walk into the stadium. I just say, go ahead, Josh, keep walking. I'm behind the car, throwing up. I felt so embarrassed. He's like, you good, man? I felt good. But I told myself I'd never drink a Blue Moon again. That shit wasn't right.
Yeah, I like
the evidence is about to be overwhelming that I was exactly wrong.
So hold on. So it took Will that long to find the evidence because he had to go into his little Photoshop app and shrink Lacey?
No, I went through. Man. No, I went through all my pictures and then I had to go into my DMs with Lacey to go find the picture. So hold on.
Had to, I just had to get out in front of this and let people know that you're not trustworthy with photo evidence. You claimed I was in Baltimore. While I took a video of myself driving down Route 1. Yep, here it comes.
There you go.
Oh, damn.
That looks fake, just being honest here.
I mean, y'all look about the same height.
Right, but look where my feet are. See how I'm standing closer to the camera.
Which would mean you would look taller because you're closer to the camera.
No.
So she's taller than you.
You can clearly see that my body is longer than her body. But look, all I'm saying is I'm not saying I tower over. I'm saying I'm a half an inch taller than Lacey.
Well, why is that in Photoshop? It says Adobe Photoshop at the top.
No, it doesn't.
Why?
It says photo. It says preview. That's how it opens on a Mac.
That pretty clearly says Photoshop. Why does it say continue editing? Well, what am I missing here?
This is bullshit. Everybody can see the same thing you can. You liar.
Oh God.
You trying to make me out to be Beckett or a Kip Smithers? Nope, not today, buddy. You've met me in real life.
Nobody knows that. Nobody was there to witness that. Who will?
I put the picture of me and you up right now.
Yeah.
So look, when y'all go to games, do people be coming up to y'all like, "Hey, I'm such and such," or they don't really recognize?
Trippy. I've had probably 1,000 people online tell me that they're going to murder me if I set foot in Baltimore. I've only had like 3 people come up to me, and they were all nice. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, the amount of you're a little bit more recognizable than I am. So
yeah, it's hard to go.
You got your name on the back of your shirt. It's
right.
hard to miss you.
Right. It's hard to miss me. Actually, you know what's funny about that though? Because we just played the Bengals. The dude Zim that's on Twitter. He came to the game last year here.
Yeah.
Dev chased him out.
Right, but look, he was hiding though. Nah, man, and I was telling him like, bro, you ain't had to hide. I mean, I wanted to see you so I could talk my shit to you. You feel what I'm saying? Like how you talk your shit on Twitter and all that.
Evidence.
I was bent over so far in that picture. You can see.
No. Evidence that you've seen me in real life. That's all.
Oh, yeah. I towered over you and Darren. I felt bad.
I mean,
I saw what's the dude? What's
5
the dude
inches
name?
taller than I am.
Kevin.
Oh yeah, Kevin. MD Ravens.
Yeah. I saw him at the what was that? The preseason game. I mean, I be seeing a whole bunch of people. I don't really know who they is though, but they just be telling me their name, and I'm like, oh, okay. Because I saw a couple people in Cincy too. I gotta post some more of my videos. Because I got so many videos I gotta post.
Hassan sniped me walking by you guys twice last year while you guys were sitting there waiting for people to walk in. He picked me out from like a quarter mile away. So that's how easy I am to see coming in. I wear the purple camo pants and everything, so I'm hard to miss.
I told him the first home game, I told him take a picture of me and Ramey, right? But it was funny. He didn't even know he took the picture. He's like, damn, ain't nobody tell me. I guess everybody on Twitter was like, damn, Trippy, you blew his cover. But I'm like,
he used to do live streams with his face on.
He had a whole video last year with Brandon Copeland doing the
shaving his head.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. So
yeah.
Yeah. Ramey's 21 now. Wild.
Just turned 21 today.
Wild.
Happy birthday, Ramey.
Yeah.
I didn't think that. I thought that man still needed. I thought he needed parental supervision for trick or treating. Still, I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, the amount of people that I've convinced that he looks like Caillou in real life is fucking astounding.
When I turned 21,
for sure. As soon as he shaved his head.
When I turned 21, we were fresh off 9/11.
Yeah. When I turned 21, fucking dickwad Lee Evans dropped the game-winning touchdown in the end zone like 6 months later. So, yeah, fuck that guy.
I still had nightmares from that game. I don't care. I don't give a fuck how long that is.
That's the worst.
That's the worst. That was terrible. And then the double pass game at Gillette, I was there for that. It was so fucking cold.
I knew you were going to say that one, but I still think the Lee Evans drop is worse.
The only reason the double pass game was so bad, it was so fucking cold there. I bought 2 beers before kickoff. I put them down for the national anthem, and I picked them up, and there was fucking ice on top of them. Like that was even cold for me. That was cold. When I say it's cold, I'm like it's fucking cold. My wife bought a whole package of hand warmers, and at halftime had to go into the bathroom and like put like a whole package of hand warmers in her clothes, and she's like, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to make it through this. It was fucking brutal. And then
when it's too cold, it's like you lose all ability to just be like rational and intelligent.
I was smart, and I drank a lot. There's 2 ways to cope with the cold: is that you either don't go out in the cold or you drink a lot to be out in the cold. And so I was intelligent. I was a seasoned veteran at that point and decided to drink a lot, but which just made the loss that much worse. I got drilled in the back of the head by some fucking plastic Bud Light bottle by some, dickwad Patriots fan and being some dumb kid from New Hampshire. But yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake.
Don't go to Gillette, Trippy.
Yes.
Do we have a game this week?
As a matter of fact, we do have a game this week. The Ravens have a home game against a team that used to play in Baltimore back before I was even alive, but they now reside in Indianapolis. The Indianapolis Colts are coming to Baltimore. Not sure who's going to be starting at quarterback. It depends if Anthony Richardson clears the concussion protocol, because he got concussed against the Texans, so then it was Gardner Minshew. aka Josh Brolin from fucking No Country for Old Men, starting at quarterback for them, Llewellyn Moss. But anyway, let's ask about it. Since it's the day of the week of recording is not the day in which they've already revealed the uniform combination, I think it's high time. Not only do we make a prediction on the score, we make a prediction on the uniform combination. So because this is your field of expertise, Will, do you want to, I'll give you the option. Should we save you for last, or do you want to knock it right out the gate?
Well, here's what I'm going to say. We have to preview the game before we can give predictions on it. So we got to preview.
This is like Jake's first episode. What the fuck's going on here, man?
We got to preview the game
we're
first,
episode 77.
and then I'm going last. You think I'm going to give away my prediction before you fucking slap dicks? No, I get to go last. I'm the uniform expert.
All right, just quick preview of the game because
let's give a quick preview.
I don't know if there's a ton to say. If I was looking forward to this game because I want to see Anthony Richardson play, I think of last year's quarterbacks, he's the most intriguing. Just physical freak and has, the ability to be like a Lamar Jackson caliber game-changing quarterback if he can put it all together. And he's got a head coach who kind of excels in that. If he's not playing, it's just going to be a long day for Indianapolis. And I do think that they're an okay team from top to bottom. They don't really have a ton of star power, but they don't really have a ton of flaws either. Minshew would obviously be a flaw because he's a backup quarterback for a reason. But honestly, this is offense does the work again, 28, 35, somewhere in that point range wise. And I think our defense does a good job containing their offense. No Jonathan Taylor as well. So again, they really have no star power on offense there. Big day for the defense, big day for the offense. I think that we win fairly easily. And obviously Minshew magic can happen and they could turn this into a close game. And, maybe we stumble somewhere we shouldn't, but a betting man, I think we're a 7.5 point favorite right now. And I would say that we cover fairly easily. We are also 2-0 against the spread. Wise person, my uncle once told me that, good teams win, great teams cover the spread. So the Ravens have been a great team so far this year, and I don't see that trend not continuing.
I don't disagree with any of that. I don't think the Colts are a formidable opponent. Even if I don't think it really matters who the quarterback is because Gardner Minshew, he is, he's a good backup quarterback, but he's not a scary starting quarterback. So, if he starts, then I don't care. And Anthony Richardson has a lot of upside, and I think he's going to be really good. But it's his third game, if he even plays, and the Ravens eat rookie quarterbacks alive. So, it's
also at M&T is important to point out. I mean, again, that's just a whole different vibe, going there. It is a legitimate
we just saw it with CJ Stroud, right?
Yeah. You have a rookie quarterback in front of that crowd, and I saw them catch some flack, but you play enter Sandman before the fourth quarter starts. You have the Seven Nation Army playing. It's just it's a different vibe, and I don't know if rookie quarterbacks are ready to deal with that.
Right, and there's nothing really remarkable about the defense, and I feel like the Ravens' offense is, week one there was nothing really remarkable about them at all. They scored 25 points, and that's really you can't take that away from them. But I honestly you think back and I'm I don't really remember a single play that they ran. There was nothing really memorable about it. Week two, I think the whole offense took a step forward. We were talking about how the spacing was better, and obviously wide receivers, and so we scored 2 touchdowns through the air. So we're not just relying on the ground, but we ran for 178 yards, so it's super balanced offense. I don't know. I mean, I don't see the Colts defense being able really to keep up with this offense. The offensive line last week was good to the point where it shocked people, and I think Drew mentioned earlier was the best offensive line performance, the least amount of pressure that Lamar's ever seen in a game in his professional career. So, I still think it's not fair to expect that out of that offensive line unit, the depleted offensive line unit every single week, but we know they're capable of being really good. So,
and imagine if Linderbaum or Stanley comes back too.
Right. Yeah, exactly. We don't know where anybody is with their injuries.
Well, and this is the side of Harbaugh that I hate when he says things are week to week. Maybe we're not seeing Linderbaum till week 5, but also if Linderbaum's out there on Sunday, would you be shocked? Probably
right.
not.
Exactly. And
Ronnie's a little bit more. I don't want to call him soft because people get mad
he's
at
going to
that,
be
but Ronnie,
he is going to be
injuries.
and he's going to be more careful because he went through a horrific recovery situation. But fuck. Sorry, the Orioles are doing everything they can to not end this game.
Real shame.
Well, they're still up by 4 runs, but they're just like there's just a wild pitch. There's 2 outs and it's 1-1.
Poorly managed. That's why.
Yeah, right. Where was I?
You were saying that Patrick Ricard is the greatest player in the NFL, and you were just going to talk about what a difference that he makes to the offensive line.
That wild pitch really derailed my whole brain.
You was talking about Ronnie Stanley.
Oh yeah, no. So Ronnie Stanley is naturally going to be more careful, but but like an injury like Linderbaum has, and even like Stanley has, it's not the same thing as when a tight end has it, or a running back, or a quarterback, or a wide receiver, or any player that relies heavily on their athleticism. Offensive linemen can brace up, tape up, and injuries that are going to limit a player who is relying on change of direction and
they're not making
speed.
Offensive lineman isn't trying to shake a linebacker in the open field. They're trying to, fucking drill the linebacker and make contact with the linebacker.
Right. So in fact, some offensive linemen would probably benefit or like even milk it and have braces on their knees that are super stiff because they don't want to be moved laterally, So like some of these injuries are not as serious, or they're very different when they occur for an offensive lineman. So we don't really know when we're going to see Ronnie Stanley or Linderbaum back. And like you said, it could be this week. You really never know.
So, Trippy, who are your offensive guys to look for? Because I always look at the parlays you post, and you always seem to nail somebody scoring that nobody else really thinks of scoring. So who do you think's having a big week?
Definitely going to put Mark Andrews on there. I think I ain't put Zay Flowers on there this week, but I think he going to score this week too. And probably like a Gus Edwards. I'm going to go with them 3 so far.
I like that. And, Gus and Justice has been quite the duo out of the backfield, I do have to say. Like, they look good. Justice Hill looks like he's been, and he has, but he's been waiting for this, opportunity his whole career, and he's going to make the most out of it. He's running angry this year. He's running different, and I like that. I'm glad he's getting a shot. Like, I've always kind of liked him, this special teams guy, nose to the grindstone. He doesn't really cry for the ball too much. And now he's getting an opportunity. He's doing the most with it too. So I'm a fan of his.
Yeah, you're a fan of Melvin Gordon too, right?
As long as he doesn't fumble. As long as he doesn't fumble, I'm just hoping he keeps the seat warm for Keaton Mitchell. That's the guy to look for. I mean, I felt like going into the year that Keaton Mitchell might have been your 2024 starting running back before anything happened with JK, and now everything that's happened with JK, I feel like that guy's got a legitimate shot. And he's got just game-changing speed, and he just ran different in the preseason too. So, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield, which is something that Monken seems to value, which is why I think Justice Hill is doing so well. So I don't know. It's all about keeping that seat warm for Keaton Mitchell for me. So if you're going to put Melvin Gordon in the game and he doesn't fumble, then I'll live with him.
Yeah, week 5. I was telling people on Twitter, like, week 5 might be the game. Keaton Mitchell come up and do his thing against the Steelers, and
Yeah, well, I mean that's a great way to welcome yourself to Baltimore as you come and fucking shove it up the Steelers' ass. So
because look, this is another thing I wanted to say. Like, nothing against like Gus Edwards or Hill. Like on a couple runs, like them outside runs, I felt like if Keaton Mitchell was out there,
he could turn it up real quick.
Yeah, bro.
He
like
cut
it
it
would have
upfield.
been to the house. You feel me? Like easily. You know what I mean? Not saying like it's nothing wrong with the other running backs, but I'm just saying like with that speed he got, like to get to the outside, like
Gus is a largely boring running back. He's going to get you 6 or 7 yards of carry. He's a
one cut. He's a one cut running back.
He's a one cut, and he's going to jam it down your throat. But he doesn't have that put away speed. But Keaton Mitchell has that. So yeah, he comes back. He could be dangerous in this offense.
Trippy, don't you think? I love the way Justice Hill's been running the ball this year.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I've always been a big fan of Justice Hill. Like, cause I like that's what I be saying about like like some Raven fans, like that's why I always say like we just ungrateful. Some people was just so quick to get rid of him, like, oh, this and that. But like even last year when he got some plays, you could see like the potential. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and then he had that brutal fumble. I think it was against the
Yeah.
Jaguars. Was it the
No,
Jaguars?
No. It
Or the
wasn't against the
Giants?
Jaguars. It was
Giants?
against the Browns. It was against the Browns. It was the
Okay.
home game against the Browns. Gus had the fumble against the Jaguars.
Okay.
You're right.
But he just, you know what I mean? He just, and then he can catch out the backfield. You feel me? But, a lot of people was like, man, get rid of him. And plus he played special teams. So now he getting his opportunity. Like, I like that. Like, you feel me?
I liked it. I liked
mad.
when we took him. I liked the skill set. And then for the first couple years, the only lasting memory I had of him really was I believe it was the play in the Tennessee playoff game, maybe, where Hollywood had that incredible catch. Remember that one? That was like down the right side. He caught it like off his helmet. And I believe that Justice Hill was just like he was on the field for the play, and he's just running alongside the play the entire time.
Yeah. I remember.
I was like, "What are you doing? How'd you even end up there?"
I remember Justice Hill ran for like $130 in that random Tuesday COVID game that we had against the Steelers too, where like we had like fucking no names playing. Like I felt like we signed homeless people off the street to show up to that game and play. And then Justice Hill just shows up and fucking balls out. And that was like the one real opportunity that he had. So
I think he's just like I like him because he's always made like when he gets opportunities, he takes advantage of them. There's been a couple of missteps, but again, when a guy's not getting a lot of touches, it's like I don't know if the
mistakes stand out.
Yeah, exactly, right. But like, he's been really, really good.
Well, and
now
I love that he's
getting
never
extended.
cried for the ball.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Now he's getting an extended opportunity, and he's really actually doing something with it. I just like every time he touches the ball, it's not that it's like, oh, he could break it for a touchdown every time. It's just like he's running hard as fuck. He's finishing plays, and that's
and
like
you can tell he's having fun too. Like,
we've seen a lot of running backs through the past 3 years because we've had the injuries, and it's just like they always keep the cupboard full. But man, when he takes the ball, he reminds me of like a high school or a college running back. The way they like stomp through they just take the handoff and go.
I was going to compare him to like Buck Allen or Terrence West or Alex Collins, of like guys that you didn't expect to get carries when the season started.
Right.
But you give them the carries and they do well, and you're like,
Alex Collins is actually a perfect comp for Justice Hill.
Well, and Alex Collins too had the same kind of like attitude about it of like RIP, but also like, when they would interview him and stuff, he's just like, I'm just fucking having fun being an NFL running back.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm just here for the ride. So I like that attitude about Justice Hill of, humble enough to know that maybe this is the only shot that he's going to get this year, but he's going to make the most out of it.
You're right. He might earn himself some money this year. Hopefully he does.
Yes.
And honestly, hopefully he does. Like maybe he graduates into the Gus Edwards RB2 role with the Ravens.
Or I could even see him being like a James White kind of guy with the Patriots, or Kevin Falk, somebody like that. Just has that very specific skill set that teams will always value and is a good locker room guy. So
right. Yep.
I would happily take that. All right. So do we do score predictions now? And then we'll get into jersey combos, since Jake is clearly asleep at the wheel here.
Always.
But
we could,
fucking weird ass
background. Twofer.
Sleep at the
wheel. That's right.
Do we want to do both?
Xavier Renegade Angel, man. Yeah. I would do both at the same time.
At least this isn't like fucked up Sesame Street or some fucking distracting shit like you usually have back there. So
fucking Wonder Shows then.
Yeah.
This is worse than Wonder Shows, and that much I can tell you. Just don't watch it. Avoid it.
I usually don't watch. I usually don't watch the things you have in the background because it terrifies me. Because God only knows what's going to pop on my screen. Fucking FBI kicking down my door, being like, "Why the fuck are you watching this?" Like, yeah. All right, so
bitches ain't gonna do nothing.
Did we ask Trippy though? Did we ask Trippy what he thought about the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I got Trippy's touchdown scores. Do you have anybody on defense you think's going to pop off too, Trippy? Oh, has Broderick Washington bought you your chicken box yet?
Oh, no, he ain't get it yet, but he said we definitely gonna go out. I actually was talking to his family, and I'm like, I don't know what a chicken, but they said down south that's what is a chicken box. But I told his family we all can go out and get a chicken box. He definitely said he got me though. But I ain't pressing him, you know what I mean? Because right now we focus on the Super Bowl. But whenever he ready, yeah, we definitely can go for that chicken box.
Well, you should let him know first day he buys you a chicken box, he's going to get like 3 sacks in the game. That's just a given. You know, that would be positive karma coming back to him. If he buys you a chicken box, then he gets, 3 sacks. Just going to happen.
Yeah. I might have to run that bomb. Yep.
Yeah, you gotta let him know. He gives back to you, and then good things are going to happen to him.
Makes sense.
You tell him it's his own 32. That's his own 32 guarantee. He takes you out for a chicken box. He's going to have a career game next week. It's going to happen. Maybe on the bye.
Yeah, he need to get it this week then. No, he need to get it this week or within the next 2 weeks because we got the Browns and the Steelers coming up.
He's been having a quiet good year of he's not showing up on the stat sheet, but every time I see him in there, he's, causing mayhem. So I like him. I mean,
he just just do your job. You feel me? That's all I tell him. Just do your job. At some point, they're going to stop blocking him and they're going to start blocking Ajabo or Owe. So, and then that'll open things up for him. And he's a guy who will convert on it too. So, I always have faith in him showing up when it matters. All right. So for game score wise, I'm thinking we win. I'm going to call 34-17. I think we're going to get a Zay Flowers touchdown. I'm with Trippy on that. I think we get a Justice Hill touchdown. I'm putting money on a Patrick Ricard touchdown again. I'm going to keep putting money on that till it happens this year.
Are you going to give? Yeah, you're going to give your pick, the Drew pick.
My pick. So last week Ricard was plus 3,000 score a touchdown.
Yeah, and by the way, I checked. The player props are not handicapped yet. Yeah, so we don't have those.
Yeah, but whatever it is this week, I'm putting $10 on it. So.
Hey, Drew, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing, Drew. And hopefully we hit. Yeah. Guess what? Every week I see Todd Munger. I say, hey, Todd, I need something. He always shake his head. But I'm going to let him know, man. Man, Project Pat the ball this week.
Yeah. Let Pat cook. Let Pat
Hey,
cook.
You know what?
I need a Pat touchdown.
Okay, so I like what Trippy's saying here. I think we should all tail each other's bets for good vibes.
For the rest of the year until it happens, I am putting money on a Patrick Ricard touchdown.
Yeah, I'm doing that too.
So I'll bet yours, you'll bet mine, and vice versa. And Trippy, you're in too.
I usually put a little variation.
Jake lives in a communist society where they're not allowed to gamble.
Look, I ain't gonna lie. I might just throw
Pat Ricard to score. Commie fucks.
Lamar 300 yards. Zay to score. Zay over 70
You say
yards.
Lamar 300 yards?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Lamar owns the Colts.
I like that. I'm just making sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's a Pat touchdown this week. It's a Zay touchdown this week. And I got to look at what Lamar's odds are going to be on passing yards.
All right. So hold on. Here's what I'll say. I'm going to put a disclaimer out on the recorded version of the podcast. We're going to put our official picks out on the Zone 32 Twitter account. And that'll be we'll put it out by Sunday morning, if not sooner.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on the odds because last week I bet Raven my can't miss. I believe my lock of the week was Ravens money line via Visionless Dave, and that hit. But I got it at plus 150. You got it at plus 138, so you lost a little bit of juice there.
Yeah, I put it in a little late. I did hit on a Lamar prop too, so I was good with that. But
I hit a couple too. I
also got shamed. I would also like to say I got shamed. So my football pool that I've done for a couple of years now, it's a pick 16 pool. I submit a paper card every week, and Will shamed me for it. So
yeah,
I would just.
Where do you submit it?
I can't say that. Otherwise, there would be people at your house. So.
Well, I'm just saying,
we had this conversation last week.
No. Just generally, what kind of an apparatus receives your paper that you're writing on with a pencil?
I walk up to a guy. I'm not going to say his name because if the odd chance that he's across this podcast,
I don't want to know his name.
I sign my name. I'm assigned a number. I put that number on the card. I put my name on the card. I fold it up. I put it in an envelope and I hand it to him at his place of employment.
Okay. All right.
And it's taken care of from there.
Okay. So that in and of itself is fucking weird as shit. But the bigger issue that I have is that Drew said 600 people do this. So I'm like, who is processing these pieces of paper?
The fuck do I know? But he gives me a sheet every week of everybody in the pool, and there's no names on it. It's only numbers. And he's got all 600 of them on there, and my number's always right. So
are they written in pencil or are they
No,
printed?
it's printed. It's printed.
Okay. All right. At least after they receive the 600 fucking pieces of paper with 16 different picks on it for each person. I mean, the math on this is astronomical. Whoever, this is some operation they got going on there. But
it's
so
a wild
after they do all
operation.
that, at least they put it into a fucking computer so the computer can do the rest of the work. But Jesus fucking Christ, I don't know how you got linked up with this organization, but goddamn, they're doing they're wasting a lot of manpower resources here.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to ask questions if I hit. So usually the winner has 13, 14 a week. I've hit twice. It's very, very profitable when you hit on those weeks. And actually on top of that, they do a pick 5, which I don't participate in because I always get 4 out of 5 and the winner gets 5 out of 5. So I've stopped donating to that cause. But
I don't listen. Yeah. I'm all about you. Like any way you want to get in on the action, whatever. That's cool. It's just it seems very inefficient to me to do a paper thing and have you put it in a fucking envelope and hand it to some guy.
I'm sure there is some rationale behind why he doesn't want it emailed to him or whatever, or fucking doesn't.
But he's putting it into a fucking computer.
I don't question that, man. That's not the kind of guy I ask questions to.
Right.
You've met me. You've seen how I operate online. I ask a lot of questions to a lot of people that I probably shouldn't. He's not one that I'm asking questions to.
I got you. I hear you.
All right, so
it just seems like tell them to give me a call. I'll streamline their process for them or something. I don't know.
Look, you know another thing I'm gonna start betting on. Cause look, I want to tell you something real quick. My man Juice that be on Twitter.
Oh, I like Juice. That's a good guy.
And look, I guarantee, right? It's crazy because if I ain't go to the stadium all early and started drinking, I probably would have tailed this ticket. He had Lamar 2 passing touchdowns, Lamar 200 yards. But he did the reception. See, I keep forgetting to do total receptions.
Okay.
He had Mark Andrews over 4.5, Zay over 3.5, Odell over 2.5. Then he had Gus 40 rushing yards, Lamar 50 yards. You feel me? So
God damn, this man had like an 11 leg parlay.
Bro, it was 13. It was 13,316. That was the odds. That was a main payout. I think all that was plus money. All that was plus money right there.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the Lamar thing for me when I look at his lines of his passing yards of anything between 250 and 300 makes sense to me, but I gotta see what's the most if I can bet 250 and that's plus 200, that's a no-brainer pick for me. But if it's plus 110 at 250 and it's plus 250 at 300 yards, I'll throw the money on the 300 yards there. So I gotta see when those lines come out. But so 34-17 final score. You got to kind of
hold on. By the way, did you steal that? Did you steal that from Big Dog Dad?
No, he had 31-17.
Okay.
Yes, I think 2 field goals for Tucker. So he only had 1. So I have a little bit more faith in Tucker than him. He missed 1 last week, so he's due for 2 this week. So I got 34-17. Ricard anytime touchdown, Zay Flowers anytime touchdown are locks for me. I got to see the Lamar individual prop lines there before I weigh in on what I'm going to put there. And I think for jersey combo, I think we go black top, purple pants. I think that's got to be the move this week. I think we bust those up. That's one of my favorite.
Back to Monday Night Football.
Hey, Drew, you still in my damn ideas, Drew. That's the same thing.
So you were black purple. There we go.
Yeah.
That just makes me feel more confident that that's a choice then if other people are thinking that same wavelength.
Well, or purple top, black pants. Either combo, I like either one.
Yes, I like the purple pants better than the black pants. That's the only reason I want that direction. I don't know. I like the way the black top and the purple pants look better than the purple top and the black pants, but I have no issues with purple and black. Any combo of that. What do you got for a score, Trippy?
I'm gonna go with 42-17.
I like it.
42-17.
I like the higher score.
I could see us putting up some points because I think because you gotta think about it like we beat the Bengals, but we only put out 25 against the Texans, and I think the offense nobody want to see like the shows, at the bank. So
so we're due for a big show. We're due for a big showing at the bank. I like it. All right, Jake, what do you got?
Hold on, and Trippy's uniform is the same pick as yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Black tops,
purple pants. There we go.
I like it. Well, while y'all were talking, I decided because I was curious what the weather was going to be like in Baltimore. Because originally, I had a bad feeling it was going to be purple jerseys, white pants. I took a look at the weather and saw it's supposed to rain and be 74 out. So I thought to myself, if it's going to be overcast, then go bring out the white pants. So I'm thinking the other combination, purple jerseys, black pants, Ravens win 27-19. Actually, no, 27-16. Flip that. 3 field goals for whoever the hell the kicker, the Colts is.
That glasses wearing fuck, isn't it? Blankenship.
Thought he got cut.
No way. He had to have been cut after that Monday night game.
He got cut.
There's no way.
Yeah, he got
I think
cut.
it's the old Browns kicker, Chase McLaughlin, right?
Oh, could be him too.
I don't know.
Blankenship, I think, actually, because he was a Michigan guy, right?
No,
he was a Georgia guy.
Oh, Georgia. Okay. Was there a nerd who wore? Huh?
Are you thinking of Jake Moody?
Maybe.
He's the San Francisco kicker now.
He wore glasses too, right?
He did at some point. He doesn't always wear them.
Okay. I have a vivid memory of a Michigan kicker who was a nerd.
Well, yeah, I mean, kickers are mostly nerds. So
no, a nerd, four-eyed nerd.
Four-eyed nerd. Yeah, yeah.
Drew's like, all right, hold on. I'm gonna filter this out a little bit. A four-eyed nerd. Yeah. Okay, I think there was one of them.
Yeah, it could be. I'm not gonna sit here for the Michigan slander with your fucking, Rudy was about us 75 years ago. So.
You're a Michigan fan, right?
Yeah, I'm a Michigan fan. I'm the smart. Jake and I are
post my video. What y'all usually say? What, one pride?
Yeah, go blue.
No, because look, I got a quick story to tell you. When I went to the game, right, I ain't never posted a video. I probably posted later, and you could retweet it. I was talking, I always like to talk to Raven fans, so I'm like, oh, my man got the Jabbo jersey on. He was like, man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a Lions fan. So I'm like, what the fuck, a Lions fan? Then I thought about it, like, oh, a Michigan fan. So when we got inside, when we got inside the stadium, he was trying to get the jersey signed. So I made my moves and shit. Yo, Jabbo came over there and signed this jersey. So I had to say that on the podcast, like, shout out Michigan. I ain't no big Michigan fan though, but because I feel like Maryland gonna beat them this year. But we'll talk about that another week.
Nope. Blake Corum, Heisman. JJ McCarthy is a Heisman finalist, and they're going to win the national championship this year. Unbiased decisions by me there, but yeah.
I mean, it's definitely. I ain't gonna lie though, Drew. It's definitely set up for y'all to win it this year because y'all had a couple years to win it, and like Ohio State ain't looking like they gonna do it. Georgia's still looking a little iffy.
I love Ryan Day. I love Ryan Day. He's my favorite Ohio State coach of all time. Ryan Day, great human being.
It might, what it might be? I think it might be Texas and Michigan in the playoffs, the finals.
I could see it, but I just don't trust that Quinn Ewers. So, I would take Michigan any day of the week. If they're playing Texas, I'm in. That's a fucking dream matchup for me. Florida State's the other one that you got to watch out for because ACC is kind of weak. And,
Florida State, they trash. I'm sorry, bro.
I agree. They're not good, but their conference is also
Didn't they just play up the street from you the other day?
Yeah, they played at Boston College and almost lost.
They couldn't even cover the spread. Come on, man.
Yeah, that red bandana game is a trap for anybody coming in.
Boston College better be lucky. Not Boston College. Florida State better be lucky. They still ain't had Zay Flowers because they probably lost that game.
Or they're lucky that Boston College doesn't have a kicker who can make an extra point. That's why that didn't go to overtime. Because they missed an extra point and then they ended up going for 2 and couldn't get the wide receiver couldn't get the foot down in the back of the end zone. So that kicker makes the extra point, and then that second touchdown is to tie it. So I don't know. Then Florida State would have been in trouble. But yeah, and then I don't know, with all the hype too, you got to watch Colorado. I don't know if they're as good as people make them out to be, but they're the kind of team that the playoff committee will look kindly on. I feel like if they stay undefeated.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I make my prediction?
Yes. Well, Jake's got it first, but
I already did. White jersey, purple jerseys, black pants, 27-16 Ravens.
You were going back and forth.
Buckner.
You were going back and forth on 16 and 19.
27-16.
Sure.
It'll be a 2-score game. It'll cover.
Hold on. 47-16?
27.
27.
Okay, all right.
27.
How the fuck? I've never even heard of 47 scored in a football game before. We'd have to do some real math to get there. Okay, all right.
That'd be some scoreagami shit.
So, Jake, you stole my jersey combination. I think we're going purple jerseys, black pants.
So we all agree on the purple. We all agree on a purple and black combo.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it's a flip flop from last time. The last time we played them was black jerseys, purple pants, which is the most rare of all of the unicorns out there. But I think purple jerseys, black pants. I think Jake made some good points, but I believe they picked these jersey combinations before they know the weather.
That's fair.
That's what we were told.
We were told that, but then we were also told that your spreadsheet was shared with a certain
you know what?
individual.
No. What we were told actually is that a certain number of games had to be a certain number of combinations. I don't really even know why that's the case. Maybe it's the Nike agreement or whatever. But yeah, so that's what we were told. But no, I think and purple jerseys, black pants is also pretty rare, but not nearly as rare. Hold on, I have the spreadsheet up. Give me 1 second. Oh, it went away. Okay, hold on.
They need to bring the mustards back. Sorry, I'm joking.
All right, so
Will almost kicked you out of the podcast for that. The mustard pants offend Will
big time. So
I want the mustard.
1,000%.
Black jerseys, purple pants is 2-0. So very, very rare. Actually, the only other combination as rare as that is the purple non color rush. Yeah. Which I love that combination. I'll never predict it because it's so rare.
Well, if they're gonna go purple, I feel they just go color rush at this point.
I like the purple better personally because the stripes match.
You don't like gold is really what it boils down to. You don't like our
No, I'm fine with it. I'm just saying, like, if you have white numbers and then you have a white stripe down the side of your pants, it's just a better, like, it correlates better.
Yeah, but the color rush have the gold numbers and the gold stripes. So
yeah, they're different uniforms, but so
yeah, I ain't really a big fan of the color rush like that. I like the purple, like the regular purple.
Yeah, purple.
Same.
All right, so black purple, what you guys predicted, both combinations. Yeah, black jersey, purple pants, 2-0. Purple jersey, black pants, 5-0. So more frequent, but both are undefeated. So can't go wrong here.
Yeah, it stays right in line with our predictions of a win. What's your score total?
My score is going to be 37-13.
All right, nice 24-point victory. I'll take it. So Trippy, if you're
and by the way, right now the spread is 7.5. So
yeah, we cover easily. There's no doubt in my mind that's another lock to throw.
Yeah, I think that is the Zone 32 lock. Is we anybody who listens to this podcast and anybody who's on this podcast who can place a bet either legally or by whatever means you decide to do it, if you're able to and you want to responsibly within your budget, bet Ravens money line until they don't cover or until they don't win, I should say.
Yeah. By responsibly, like, throw your whole mortgage payment on it. Make sure you double that shit down.
Yeah.
You can cover 2 months of your mortgage if you hit this.
I guarantee you, Trippy puts all his bets out there, but I bet he just by default has a Ravens money line bet every week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't really put all my bets out there. I do my own. I just like to help. When you see them odds looking a little high, like Zay over 42.5, like Odell over 37.5. I mean, although I had one ticket like Odell ain't covered because he got hurt, but it's cool. But that's stuff that's supposed to hit. You know what I'm saying? So you got to hop on top of that.
Yep.
But like around Saturday, Sunday, them odds start changing. So yeah, I catch that plus money sometimes.
And by the way, if you just keep betting the Ravens money line, it's not a get rich quick scheme, but this is like investing in fucking Amazon. Like the Ravens money line, when they're giving 7.5 points, 10 points, like whatever the wild ass spread is. If they're laying that many points, bet the money line. Get a unit back. So unit up, whatever you need to do to net positive a full unit, do it.
And then you can flip those winnings into some crazy parlay that you could eventually hit. So
right, exactly.
It's all about keeping that FanDuel account or DraftKings or whatever you use, keeping that full. So
exactly right. Yep. And set your limit. When you win over the limit, withdraw to your limit. That's my rule always.
Yeah.
Never withdraw because then you get taxed on it. But
you only get taxed on it if it's net over 600. So if you're a bad gambler, you're never going to get taxed on it.
That's fair. I just never withdraw. You should keep all that money sitting in there, and then you can blow it on dumb shit. That's I view that money when I put it in my FanDuel account as I'll never see it again. And then if I do see any of it at the end of the football season, then good for me.
Well, that's what all I mean is whatever your schedule is for withdrawing, just figure out where you want that account to be and then leave it right there. Take the rest away because that's how you develop a problem. Okay?
Yeah. We're all
I know one thing I would have been Look, I know one thing. I would have been up this weekend if I would have did what the hell I was supposed to do. But you know how sometimes you just talk and I forgot to do it. Like before the season started, they had the odds was crazy. Like for the Orioles to make the playoffs and win the division. And look what's going on now. Like they going to the playoff. I think like $20 would have got you like $5.50. You feel me? Like that shit crazy. But I ain't never put the ticket in though. But I got them winning the World Series on one of my tickets. So
Me too. I got plus 1,100. What do you got?
I think mine's like plus 18 or 14. Why not?
Okay.
It's up there. It's up there though.
I do not have any future Orioles tickets, so just
I know you probably put Boston on there.
Drew bet Gunnar Henderson to win the Rookie of the Year last year.
I bet Tristan Cassis because I'm smart.
Yeah, that's a very smart bet.
Oh, see, if I hit that and Tristan Cassis wins Rookie of the Year, like you're never gonna hear the end. I might actually buy an ad.
Neither one of those things is gonna happen. That's one of the stupid.
I might actually buy an ad. I might actually buy an ad in like your local newspaper and make sure it gets hand delivered to your house. If that happens, just with the winnings. I don't even want the money. I just want to rub it in your face that Tristan Cassis won Rookie of the Year. So Trippy, on Sunday, there's been some rumors coming out that Odell and Kim Kardashian are like a thing now. If you see Kim Kardashian coming to M&T, you got to find a way to turn her around and send her home. We can't be having her bring bad luck to the team. Yeah, Kardashian curse is a real thing. We can't be having that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to holler at the Ravens and then make sure security and then like, look, like I don't know, because like we don't need no bad juju this year.
No bad juju. I mean, no offense to her. I'm sure she's a very nice person, but we just can't. We got Super Bowls to win. We can't be having her hanging around. Be bad. She can be a fan from a distance. I'm okay with her supporting from home, but supporting in the stadium just seems like bad luck.
Yeah, we don't need Drake. We don't need her.
Kendall and Kylie can come.
No, none of them. Anybody.
The Jenners, though.
Maybe
Jenners cool.
Jenners are cool. They can be fans, just not inside of the confines of M&T.
Just make sure you hand one of them a Pepsi.
Yeah, that's how you cure any problems in the world. Is Kendall Jenner gives somebody a Pepsi? So.
Yep, that's right.
I don't even remember which one it was, but yeah, that was
one of those two.
That was a wild commercial that I've seen in my entire life. Yeah, so Trippy, you're on Drake and Kardashian control. So you see any of them trying to sneak into the stadium, you gotta stop that quick.
Yeah, man, we don't need none of that. And I was sitting here thinking, but you know what I was telling people though, like I'm surprised Drake wasn't at the first game because he a big Houston
he's on tour,
man. Oh yeah, right. He on tour, but I'm pretty sure he gonna come to a game this year.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I can see it coming though.
Yeah, we can't. We gotta stop that. I don't know how I'm gonna stop that, but I'll make it happen.
Well, you'll be there. So yeah, you and Trippy can like distract him with like screaming, anything with a Baltimore accent to just distract him. Maybe OBJ will be involved and he'll be like a decoy or something, and then you can come in and basically take care of business.
The last time a Canadian superstar came to a Ravens game, Lamar got hurt and didn't play again. So I feel like we just can't have that happening.
Yeah, I know exactly who you talking about.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We like Cole. Cole's a friend of the program, but he came and then Lamar got hurt, so we can't be having that again. Yeah, we're
Cole.
Yeah, I don't know. We just we gotta stay vigilant here and make sure that any bad juju stays out of the stadium. Again,
that's right.
I hope the Kardashians support from home. It'd be nice to have them. They could rally. Honestly, if we can get a Kardashian to tweet a Trippy Fan of the Year link, I feel like you'd win hands down. So
that'd be some real shit.
Yeah. So maybe we'll. Yeah. Just not inside the stadium. From home, please, Kim, I'm talking to you.
I ain't gonna lie though. If she comes to the game though, Drew, if she let me hold her phone and I can tweet that out real quick, she might can stay at the game though.
All right, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. If you broker that deal and you say, Kim, you can come in if you tweet out this link to get people to vote for me for Fan of the Year, then I'm cool with that. Because then she's doing something for us. You know what I mean? She's putting good karma out there in the air. So
call that equivalent exchange.
Kim's an avid Zone 32 listener, so I'm sure she'll hear this.
That's right,
big time.
But anywho, that's gonna do it for this week's installment. We will be back to discuss this, that, and the other. Recap week 3, go into week 4. But meanwhile, it's time for me to die.
Yeah! Yes!
That was the best one in weeks.
Yes!
That was perfect.
Zone 32.